All right. Well, hello everybody. We are back here with some more DCRL action. We've actually got quite a bit of matches happening tonight, but for our first match, I got my co-caster Pat Down joining me here. Pat Down, go ahead and introduce yourself. Say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. For those who tuned in to stream back on Tuesday night, you might have seen me in the game playing for Div D Spaced Out. But yeah, I'm Patrick. Go to DST. It's my first casting experience here at DCRL. I'm very excited to be here alongside Cripplify. It's going to be a great time.
Of course it is. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, man, because it's been such a long time in the making, and I know some people have already gone and streamed and casted, and I'm sure for their first time after it being a long time, they're excited to kind of get back into the groove of things, and that's kind of I can resonate with that. So, but
Absolutely.
I'm sure for you this will just be you're a flower that's yet to bloom, right? This is gonna be like your next best hobby. I can feel it coming.
For sure. I see a bright future in casting.
Yes, sir. All right, but we are gonna go on over and look at these division team standings, and obviously it being the beginning of the season, and none of these stats are inputted, or better yet, none of the games have really been played besides one. You see a bunch of donuts on the screen, guys. So, but I do really want to ask you this very particular question, Pat. What are you noticing from all these teams here in Division E? Because we got Burns, Bumpers, and OPTTIC playing against each other. So like, what's really differing these two teams here tonight?
Yeah, so I mean, if we take a look at the stats, there's really just a lot that pops out, a lot that catches your eyes. Particularly the goal average there. We can see both teams posting at really similar numbers. So I'm curious to see how that will play out tonight.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good thing that you point out. Not to mention also like the save percentage that OPTTIC has. You see that thing, they're league leading in that.
Yep.
But with Burns, Bumpers, they have the most shots per game, and they have a really good shooting percentage. So I don't know. I think that these guys, it's going to be a crazy game of offense and defense, both sides of the coin.
Absolutely. In all seriousness, though, this is our first ever time streaming a Div E match here in DCRL. There's really just going to be kind of uncharted territory. We're really excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, and if you don't mind actually giving our viewers kind of more insight with this OPTTIC team as we look at these guys, you can kind of, I don't know, point them out and, see what you want to say about them.
Absolutely. So I took a quick look at everyone's RL tracker profile, since obviously we don't have any statistics to go off of. Our captain, of course, be the greatest, or be the greerest, actually. He is going to be the highest ranked player on the team. He's coming in at a nice plat 2 and 3s. Looks like he actually recently got up to that from gold 3, so he's on the up and up. He's going to be assembling this great team. Obviously Chemic, we know Chemic. He's been casting every night. Everyone in the chat loves Chemic. I saw someone there who was named Chemic Fan, so clearly a fan favorite. Excited to see, obviously he's got it done on the casting side. What can he do as a player now? And then Springtrap, kind of the dark horse here. One of the lower ranked players, but he's still really a new player. Needs a lot of experience under his belt before we can really see his true potential. So hopefully this OPTTIC team, all newer guys, we'll see how this first game goes for them.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, I to my knowledge, I believe everyone on OPTTIC are new players, and I think coming from all sorts of different schools, which is, on a side tangent of mine that I'll quick note is that, like, with everyone coming from all sorts of different schools, it's really nice to be able to meet people like that. This bringing everyone together, Rocket League. But that's besides the point. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how these three individual players will come together in this week 1. Going against this other team we got here on the blue side, Burns, Bumpers. You got Go Time being the captain, with the second and third round picks being, sorry if I butcher this, but I'm gonna say Eliu. I don't know, man. Like,
Sounds about right.
Yeah, is that what you would say? I don't know what the pronunciation.
That's what I would go with. So I think that's good.
Yeah, it would make sense if it's like Elijah and like one of those letters is an X. Like, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm sorry ahead of time if you're watching the VOD back, Elia, or however you pronounce that. But and then third round pick, The Last Supper, which is a very interesting name, But
I love the name.
Yeah, I don't know if you're watching the draft stream or not, but there is a lot of unique names, and I thought that was pretty cool.
It's gotta be up there for sure.
Definitely. But I guess I gotta ask, yeah, like with this team, obviously there's no stats, but just out of curiosity, and I'm sure it's a short answer, but do you know any of these players in particular?
I really don't. I just think it's interesting to point out as well with this Div E. All but one player is completely new to DCRL. So you look at a team in like Div D, Div C, there's individual teams that have more semesters of experience in the entirety of this division.
Totally.
So it's really, from a caster's perspective, it's almost impossible to put down a prediction. But with that in mind, who do you have taking this one?
Yeah, it's really good thing you bring up predictions. So, yeah, it's really tough with no stats and it being the first time we have Division E. I'm gonna say OPTIC, just because, like, you know, they've cemented themselves in the esports realm. You know, people know OPTIC, right? FaZe, they're a big rivalry thing going on. And like, I feel like with every esport that they compete in, they're decently solid. So I believe that maybe this team is also decently solid. So I'm gonna and for as far as series goes, I'm going to say 3-1 OPTIC tonight.
All right. Well, I think it's only fair if I go with my boys, Burns Bumpers. I see them winning a clean 3-0. I don't think Div E we're going to see a close match. I think it's going to be 3-0 for good old BB.
Yeah, 3-0, dang. I mean, that's a crazy prediction right off the start there, Pat. But is there any reason, I guess, you say that?
For me, it's just, well, first of all, I feel it'd be boring if we were both in unison on the same team. But in terms of the actual outcome, for me, I just feel like there's such a disparity between some of these teams in Div E that it almost makes sense to go for those dramatic results. I'm curious to see, though, if it's going to play out that way or if teams are so inconsistent that you'll see a lot of 3-2 series because it's just that flip-flop between the two sides.
Yeah, you know, and I think it's going to be like this first week, just overall, not with this specific series, but overall, in the first week, we're really gonna kind of see, we're gonna be able to gauge the skill in this division, right? Like with each division, as it goes up, it just gets higher and higher and higher. You know, the more reformed, I guess you could say, players would be, and like even from week 1, especially down here in Division E, we're gonna see players at the very end of the week have such great progress in their individual skills. So I think that alone is gonna be exciting.
Absolutely. It's going to be a really good match. We should be getting into it here relatively soon, but I'm just excited to see how this plays out. Like I said before, uncharted territory. I'm curious to see what kind of tricks these Div E players have in their bags.
Oh, me as well, man. But we are loading into this one, so we are going to close predictions here soon. And just before we do that, can you quick see what the predictions are actually, what the percentages?
Yeah, so we have 10.2K for Burns Bumpers and 9.9 for OPTIC. So we are in a dead heat here.
Wait, say that again, sorry.
We got 10.2 for Burns Bumpers and 9.9 for OPTIC.
sound down, because it sounds like I'm blowing out some people's ears, and they're freaking out, Pat.
I will make it easy on you while you do that. Take over on the casting temporarily. So Be the Greatest here in the corner. Good cross, but Last Supper's there to cut it off. Eli now with some control on it. Let's see what he can do. Unable to hold on to it, but does get popped up. Maybe we can see someone here from BB with that bounce up the field. It's gonna be straight to go time. Not quite able to get it though, a little too slow. Go time's gonna be able to get demoed there actually. And then let's see, Chemic actually beating him, his man there. He's gonna be able to take it into the corner. Straight to Springtrap. What can he do with it?
Alright, I think we got that all situated there. But this game here, it's still sitting tie. Okay.
What a great passing play there from Go Time and Eli.
Yeah, and I mean, that was perfect timing for me to say we're still tied here, and then you got Eli slotting that one in top right.
Of course, right? It's the old caster's curse. As we get back into it here, see if OPTTIC can get a nice quick goal rattled off. Nice one off the kickoff. Be the Greatest with a chance here. Good cut from Last Supper though, winning that 50.
Alright, you got Chemic following that one up. It is going to get 50 towards the middle. Be Greatest puts this one to the side. Go Time might have a really big clang here. Springtrap 0 boost, but he does put it back onto Burns' side. Oh, that one.
Oh, Chemic.
Chemic, what an insane shot. Crazy speed to get up there.
That was incredible there from Chemic. Who would have thunk it, man? We know he was good with the casting, but he could put his money where his mouth is with a great goal there. Incredible stuff there from Chemic.
Yeah, not only is he, really good caster, right? You get people, I'm sure the viewers saw him previous night or previous 2 nights. I don't even know how much he's casted, but I feel like, he's stepped up in quite a bit, and I feel like he's enjoying that sort of role. But not only is he a good caster, seems like he's a really good RL player as well.
Absolutely, and the fans in the chat are absolutely eating that goal up. A lot of Chemic fans in attendance tonight, and they'd love to see stuff like that. Get back into the action now, though. Springtrap have a chance to play this. Good beat there on Last Supper, but straight to Go Time.
Ooh.
Oh! I think he got a little bit of a bump in there, and that's going to work out greatly for Burns bumpers.
Yeah, I gotta see this again. I mean, powerful shot from Go Time there. He did follow it up. However, even without the bump, I think that still clears the defender there. Unfortunately, they just weren't quite able to get up, in height and speed to reach that ball and clear it. Which, results in Burns bumpers being up 3-2.
I will say this kickoff strategy from OPTTIC is a little interesting, setting 2 players up on the ball. Just really trying to control that open kickoff. See if it pays off for them.
Totally. But you see time winding down here. Pat, this is where you start to notice teams being a lot more aggressive.
Oh yeah, it's your first game on stream, first game ever of DCRL for these guys. I'm sure the nerves are high. The last minute in the game, 1 goal situation. This is where nerves are at their peak, even in game 1.
Yes, sir. And I feel like the majority of it's going to come out of OPTTIC here, but that's really up to them here with 40 seconds left. Boost management can be a major factor as far as how aggressive they can be against Burns bumpers. And you see the ball just sitting down into the corner there as it gets boomed right back into OPTTIC side. Can Chemic clear this one though? Yeah, he's actually gonna get 50 by Last Supper.
That is really unfortunate there from Chemic. I don't think he realized he had a man on there, and it's just a nice easy tap in for Last Supper. Chemic puts it up on a tee for him almost.
Yeah, you really do got to be careful when you're in this sort of position like that. Ball coming off the backboard, and the other team's usually going to challenge that, 9 times out of 10 unless they have a really good reason not to. But with 20 seconds left, OPTTIC needs to get 2 goals.
Absolutely. This is, you send all 3 guys forward. You need to make something happen. I think it's just too little, too late here. I think Burns bumpers is going to be taking the first game.
Almost really good control there. At this point, OPTTIC looking to get a consolation goal before they go into game 2, but looks like that one's gonna hit the ground, and Burns bumpers are gonna take that first one. You see Eli getting hype in the cams.
Absolutely. And it's your first game on, your first win. That's a pretty good way to start. Yeah, looking towards game 2, what do you want to see out of the way of OPTTIC here? Try to get that win back.
With OPTTIC, like, you see Chemic popping off for his team, and in almost every single stat, he's leading actually his team. All that red you see there, guys, is a the highest stat, I guess, amongst the whole lobby. So you see Kemek actually doing a lot of that with all other 5 players. So I think if just one of his other teammates can sort of step up and help him, whether that's on defense or offense, I think they can, you know, kind of equal the skill level out here.
Absolutely. I want to see both teams be comfortable and confident and just go for it. Up the pace, see what you can do. And who knows, maybe we can see a goal go in the a win here, rather, go in the way of OPTIC. Get ourselves an interesting series.
Definitely. But yeah, we are loading into this one, and OPTIC being down 0-1, they definitely do not want to start out going 0-2, because then at that point you're in a situation where you have to reverse sweep.
Right, absolutely, and you don't want to dig yourself that hole. Go time though, a nice cross. No one on the side of Burns bumpers to receive. It's a good clear there as well. Let's see if anyone is going to want to cut that. It's going to go to Last Supper. Nice clear over the top, but it's straight to Springtrap.
Yep, you see a pass over to Eli. He almost puts that top left just below the crossbar.
That was a great passing play though.
Yeah, no, it really was. And we were talking aggression last game. Well, Burns bumpers, I think they're just ready to get right on into it. They're not kind of easing into it, you know, like a lot of teams do at the beginning of the game. They're just going fast and they're going hard.
I mean, it looked like something you'd see out of a Div B or Div C game. That was really impressive. Let's see if they can make good on these attacks. It's now OPTIC with the chance to attack, and it's Springtrap doing all the heavy lifting, but no one on OPTIC there to get that pass.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, wait, hold on a second.
Almost. Wow. What a great pitch there from Eli, but it's not going to work out. Good back pass there, though, from Springtrap to Kemek. Now it's Kemek's turn to attack. Can Go Time get there? He's going to leave it. Kemek with the 50. Can he do another? What a play from Kemek. Be the greatest there. To tap it in.
Yeah, we call that a tap-in merchant, right? When you can do that sort of thing.
Absolutely. The Erling Haaland of Rocket League. You love to see it.
Be the greatest. I do love that he was there, though. Like, it's sometimes teams can score, but it's just the second man isn't in the correct position, or they're not pushed up enough, and so they lose that opportunity. However, Be the Greatest did quite the opposite, and he was there, so that resulted in OPTIC, you know, getting the early lead here in game 2.
Yeah, OPTIC, can they hold on to it now? You know, it's a chance here for BB, but Kemek gonna be able to clear it straight to his teammate, the captain. It's go time now with the shot. Great commit there from Springtrap, though, to save that.
They are. OPTIC are feeling a lot of pressure, which is very interesting to see that, you know, I'm sorry, man. I really got to stop talking at some points because I was just about to finish saying it's really interesting to see OPTIC be on defense a lot, and Burns bumpers have such offensive pressure that Burns bumpers haven't scored. And there they are. They score.
Absolutely. And it's just Eli there with a nice cut, you know. It's just caught him off on the rotations, and it's just a simple shot to the back post, but sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, and another thing to really, you know, keep an eye on from both of these teams is how they adjust to each other after every single game, right?
Right, and I think after each game, you're talking as a team, like, what can we improve, what can we work on? And I think OPTIC has done that. They do seem to have changed up their play style. They're going a little bit more aggressive. The rotations seem to be a bit more in control, so maybe it was almost just, guys, let's just catch our breath, let's go into the second game, just play like a normal ranked game. There shouldn't be any nerves here.
I agree.
Just go out there and have fun.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what, you know, Game of Rocket League is usually all about, right? But some people, they like to, you know, be super competitive, and I understand that too, you know, having that sort of personality. Winning is fun and losing isn't, so.
Absolutely, and I think, unfortunately, OPTIC, you know, they don't want to lose this, but we'll see if Burns bumpers can do anything about that. Ooh. Last Supper almost getting to that. See a Springtrap come out and attack now. Got a chance here. Be the greatest. Into the corner. Can he get a second touch? He can, but he gets 50'd out. Straight to Last Supper.
Yep. And his time is winding down here too now. I think, you know, with how small the amount of goals scored in the series have been so far, or I would say game 2 so far, I think this next goal could potentially seal the deal for whatever team scores and, you know, takes this game.
I've been really impressed this game with Go Time, his mechanics. It's the second time where we've seen him go for relatively risky aerial. He's hitting them.
Oh!
Oh, the Last Supper. I don't know if that was an unfortunate aerial or a good 50. We'll have to watch that one back.
Yeah, that was a little dirty. I mean, I think he didn't get the 50. That was just a crazy redirect from this Last Supper.
Yeah, I mean, Kemek just caught him off guard once again, and that's another goal for Kemek.
Yo, hear me out. That might be his last time doing that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we see another Kemek goal. I know the fans would love to see that, but that was just unfortunate there from Last Supper.
Yeah,
we see Eli here with the shot. I like the jokes though. We're all about having fun here on the DCRL casts, and you know what? Throwing a good little pun in there, here and there. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, but you got Eli throwing the ball in the back of Burns Bumper's net, now tying it 2-2. Minute 10 left. Like I was saying, I thought that the next person scoring would have been the ones to secure this entire game, but the other team, OPTTIC, they quickly got an equalizer goal out of it. But now we are less than a minute. Last Supper puts this one on. Springtrap gonna get up. That hits down on the crossbar.
Oh, almost, but straight to go time. Oh, almost gets the angle. Let's see if Eli can do anything here. He's got the first touch. Can go time beat him? Kemek to it. Nope, but it's straight back to Eli. He's gonna stick with it. Can he get it past Springtrap? No, great defense there from Springtrap though.
Yeah, both of these teams seem to be very antsy now. I think we might start seeing some physicality coming out of both of them, but Last Supper is their last chance to get the ball saved, and that's not the case. Kemek beats him with his speed and slots that in right next to him into the corner.
Caster's curse strikes again. You said Kemek was done scoring, and sure enough, what do you know? He ups his goals total to, what is that, 3 now in the entire series? 2 in this game. Well, he's got a hat trick across the entire series. Very solid work from Kemek.
Definitely. And I mean, we're only on game 2, but I have been paying quite a bit of attention to Eli's car. I feel like he has the cleanest car in this lobby, honestly.
Is that you saying that, or is that you reading what Whirl said and claiming as your own?
Hey, I ain't saying nothing. My lips are sealed. But 5 seconds down now. Burns Bumpers, they need to get this next one. Eli, 0 boost. Can he get the clear across? It hits the ground. And OPTTIC bringing this next game back to tie the series 1-1.
Yeah, Eli typing close one in match chat, and I think he couldn't be more accurate. As we go now to look at the stats, we see Kemek really the man of the match here with those 2 goals, 1 assist, and 40 touches on the ball. That is no small feat there from Kemek.
No, I agree here. And again, Kemek, he's leading in almost every single stat in this entire lobby. But I guess going back to game 1 and now looking at game 2, like what have you noticed that's changed?
I mean, I would say the entire team of OPTTIC, they just seem to be getting up in that offensive half more. Obviously, we just saw it on the replay on our end. We saw Last Supper's unfortunate redirect. But besides that, really, OPTTIC looks strong. They look to be the better team here. And I'm excited to see just what goes down in this 3rd game. If Burns Bumpers has some sort of retaliation in them, just like OPTTIC did there.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I think, and I mean, your prediction, unfortunately, man, it's out the window. So.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Yours isn't though. So we'll see what happens here. Going into map 3, we're here at Beckwith Park. Some more Div E action between Burns Bumpers and OPTTIC. Series tied at 1 apiece.
Yeah, no, OPTTIC, I think they brought it back in the game 2. Maybe they keep that momentum and get games 3 and 4. And then I get my prediction correct, right? We're all happy.
Yeah, everyone goes home happy. Except for, of course, Burns Bumpers.
Yep, I was just going to say.
I don't know, maybe they're doing some match fixing and predicting against themselves so they can get some channel points. But right now, they're putting up a good fight. We'll see if they can turn it around.
And you're already starting to see the pressure out of OPTTIC here, but Burns Bumpers, again, they potentially could be changing the game plan towards Last Supper. Really great defense coming out of him. He only got 3rd abuse, but that's really all he needs. Does play the smart play, gets it by 1. Springtrap retaliates. Eli, very awkward. He centers this one up for Kemek. Kemek up early. And that's one guy that we got to keep an eye on overall. I think he, honestly, in this lobby, has been the fastest player to get up to the ball when it's in the air.
Absolutely. Kemek has been fast. I want to see more from Eli. His go time almost hits the double. Straight to Eli, though, off the ground. Be the greatest, though, with the save. Can anyone from Burns Bumpers get here? Ah, Last Supper just off target. Now can OPTTIC break?
They do survive another day. However, that ball's almost kind of getting pelted back onto their side. They do get back that offensive pressure. Springtrap missing that ball. Go Time does have space. Can he get a flick over one? He might just dribble this one, take a 50. He does. Makes the smart play, takes the corner boost from OPTTIC's side. And we're not really seeing much scoring going on much yet, but that could quickly change.
Yeah, Div E, the goals are going to come in quick and fast. It's going to be changing in the blink of an eye. We really see here, maybe a chance here for OPTTIC. As Eli misses, it's going to go straight to Chemic. Good save though from Go Time. Way to be patient there on the near post. And this might just lead to a goal here. Going to be saved though from Be the Greatest. Popped up now. Can Eli get to this before Chemic can? Cannot. Chemic has been a rock in net today.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If OPTTIC wins this one, I'm gonna preemptively call it that I think he's probably gonna be MVP. Right?
Yeah,
you see plays coming out of him just like that, where he's pinching it on the sidewall and getting clears. I mean, that's just crazy.
I think an important thing to note for the fans here, Chemic is not their captain, so that means that as the committee, he was not rated as the highest player on the team. That would be the greatest. But as we say that, Eli with a, as he claims, calculated goal there, put Burns bumpers up 1-0 here.
Ooh. Yeah, no, and this game 3 right here is a pivotal point in this series. Whichever team wins it will be going on to match point. As I'm sure a lot of viewers are like, yeah, obviously, but you know, it's the point. This is the reason I'm here casting, right? Just make that obvious.
We got a ton of new viewers coming in this week. It's week 1 of the season. To all our new viewers, all our new players out there, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your company. New casters as well. Yeah. Everything's new. We're all excited. We're having a great time.
Stream overlay is new. Everything.
What isn't new at this point? How about the Rocket League gameplay? Same old Rocket League.
Yeah.
It's always the same. With all the changes in life, we can always count on good old Rocket League to stay the same.
But we are going to hit that 2-minute warning here. Eli almost puts that one on net, but it might be enough to fake him. It's not quite.
No.
Springtrap centers this one. It is going to float. Last Supper doesn't quite beat him. Go Time trying to control this ball here. He has plenty of boost, but can he get past one? No, he does get 50. Springtrap looking to make a play, but he decides to rotate out. Eli put this one to the side, beats one player, beats another player, but you got Chemic way far back. He's going to boom this one. It is rolling towards the net, but it's not, unfortunately. It's unfortunately, I should say, not going to be on. Now we are less than 1:30. I don't know. Can we see OPTTIC get the equalizer goal here?
Oh, that's a good play there from Go Time.
Where's the
pair of demos traded out. He's going to go for boost instead. Interesting play. I don't think he was expecting the goal to be that wide open now as Eli sends it up. It's straight to Springtrap. Pops it up. Can be the greatest beat out Go Time here. Go Time waiting patiently. Off the wall. What a great center. Springtrap needs to get this gone. Eli wasn't expecting the miss. Another miss. Last Supper now on it. He's going to stay with it maybe. He is. What a great 50 there from Last Supper.
That ball is centered. Eli's up. Oh. So close. Man, I mean, Pat, the time is winding down here for OPTTIC. They got to get something going.
They really do. And this might be their chance, although they are really low on boost.
Oh!
The greatest. It just drops straight into his lap, and that's just a tap-in. That's right place, right time. Be the Greatest had this one tracked all the way. And Eli, try as he might, he just can't get to that one. And we got ourselves a game on our hands.
Heck yeah, man. This one's very close. And I will point out that I think that these DIV players, as they're playing this series, they're starting to figure out what's working and what's not. And what's working on both sides is that they're banging that ball and putting it onto the opponent's backboard.
Absolutely. It's just this constant stream of pressure. Now, OPTTIC with the chance of Springtrap can just steady himself. Not able to in time. So now it goes to Last Supper. Can he get some last-minute antics here? The Greatest popping it up. Straight to Go Time. Drops it to Chemic, though.
We got 10 seconds left here. Off the sidewall, Chemic with the double touch. That's going to float on the backboard. Can someone be there? Springtrap hits it too wide. Will this ball stay up until it hits the ground? Then the play will be over, and that is the case. Here we are in overtime.
First overtime of Div E. See how this goes. Eli with the beat off the kick. Be the Greatest, though. Smartly stays back in net.
Chemic low boost. That one's centered up in the air. You hear Go Time up in there. Is he going to get the double tap? He almost does. It just goes right underneath him, so he wasn't quite able to read it. Eli puts this one across, maybe a pass his teammate, but no, he beats 2 opponents, grabs that mid boost. Supper's gonna take his spot. Eli last back. Ball is hovering over their net. Kemek, can he read it? This one could be very dangerous.
Good touch from Kemek. Eli can't get to it. He's gonna maybe leave. He's gonna leave it for Last Supper now. What can Burns Bumpers do on this breakaway?
You see Last Supper missing the ball. It is gonna get cleared to the side. Eli follows this one up. There is only one person back, and it's Kemek. If anyone's to be able to trust on defense, third man, it would be Kemek. And he does exactly that, with that one going slowly into Burns Bumper's corner. It seems like both teams are quite hesitant to make the first move.
Absolutely, and I know over time, especially these lower ranks, you just want to play patient, always leave a guy back, as well a lot of these teams will do. And it just, I mean, you might be looking at 3-4 minutes here. Good bump there from Kemek though. Can OPTTIC do anything with it? They're just not there. Be the Grace is still in net. He goes for the aerial, gets it past go time. But it looks like Last Supper is there to collect.
Oh, but that ball is centered. Kemek, he does get the demo. Springtrap, can he follow? That's a double commit. It's going to be off the backboard. Kemek is last. Ball doesn't get centered, but Kemek does decide to go for this one. Springtrap will be there. Gets beat by Eli. And now Burns Bumper. Sorry, that for some reason is a tongue twister. Oh, man. Well, we are near 2 minutes of overtime, and honestly, I'm tense to just see who's going to make this next goal.
Yeah, I'm getting nervous just watching these guys play. I can't imagine what it's like from their perspective. Be the Greatest lands awkwardly, and that's just going to be in for Last Supper as Burns Bumpers takes game number 3, and it's really just a game of cat and mouse here. Wait for the first guy to make a mistake, and unfortunately, OPTTIC, Be the Greatest just gets a little bit of an awkward flip there. Leaves it wide open for Last Supper. Take game 3.
I mean, that wasn't quite the ending I thought was going to happen. It was a little anticlimactic after what I just said, but that's all right.
Absolutely. One thing I really want to point out here from the stats is just on the side of Burns Bumpers. You look at the difference between the highest score and the lowest score. After that long of a game and it's only 30, that is really impressive. You see a team that's really cohesive. They're getting their rotations down. All the touch is really similar. Everyone's getting equal involvement on this ball. And that, to me, is a sign of a cohesive team right there.
Oh, definitely. You want to make sure you ready up here too, please?
Absolutely.
There you go. Awesome. But yeah, as we sort of get into this game 4 here, I mean, the series is going back and forth. Burns Bumpers take game 1, then OPTTIC, and then Burns Bumpers. So now, if we continue this trend, OPTTIC do take game 4, right?
Absolutely, and I think from a neutral perspective, what better way to start the season than a game 5 for the first ever Div E stream?
Yeah. Well, there you see the kickoff going off to the side. Eli, fortunately, missing this one. And for some reason, like, I feel like we haven't seen too much come out of him yet, but, you know, as the weeks continue, I feel like Eli will be one of those star players to kind of watch out for as the season progresses.
I totally agree. You know, there's gonna be one of those guys that's, you know, a little quiet during the game, but he's still back there making a difference. We saw it last game with some of those smaller touches, just trying to set up his teammates. And really, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You don't need to be going for the glory 24/7. I think Eli recognizes that.
Dang. Maybe that's why I'm like hard stuck C3, DC1, since I'm always trying to go for the glory.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. As Sunless said, you're hard stuck towards the top, so there's nothing wrong with that at all.
That's it. Oh man.
Give yourself a little pat on the back. If you're C3 or higher in the chat, give yourself a pat on the back. You deserved it.
Pat,
you're a very good player.
If Pat says give yourself a pat on the back, you better pat yourself. Yeah.
It's literally in my name. As we see Eli, oh, Kemek, what can he not save? Incredible stuff here.
And Be the Greatest might have an opportunity. He does go a little too wide though, as Eli's gonna have possession of this one. Bangs it over to Springtrap. Springtrap doesn't have the best control, but 2 players with. As Last Supper brings it to the opposite side of the field. Feels like the space is necessary to make his play, but unfortunately that is not the way the cookie crumbles in that one. And I mean, it's really interesting to see the decision making.
Oh, what a save.
Oh yeah, that was insane. But it's really interesting to see the decision making with both these teams. Like, I like how they do try to find the space, you know, on each side of the field and swinging the ball. I don't know if that's something you've noticed maybe in particular.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was half expecting this to be, you know, a kindergarten soccer game where everyone's bunching up, but I've been honestly impressed. Every team's doing really good with their spacing. Their rotations have all been clean. We've always seen the third man in position, you know, barring a couple occasions.
Ooh.
As I say that, you know, that was an example of the third man getting beat. But that's really just good play there from Be the Greatest. And Chemic, Be the Greatest, getting the commit out from Eli, and then Chemic doing it on both ends, really. Good offense, good defense, just a solid team player.
Yeah.
Team puts Optic on the board. They're on up 1-0 here in game 4.
Yeah, and I think Chemic's teammates Be the Gearest? Have I been saying it wrong on time? It's not greatest.
I almost feel like it was a typo, you know? R and T are really similar to each other.
Okay.
Maybe his like last name's like Greer or something. I don't know.
But
I'm not really
anyways,
sure what he was getting at.
The point, Pat, that I'm trying to make is I think that both his teammates here, not only this game but the last game too, have stepped up and been able to support Chemic in, you know, the offensive frenzy that he's been scoring, all the goals that he's been scoring.
Absolutely, you know. We were talking about Springtrap, and I won't sugarcoat it, you know. If we look at the RL tracker, he's silver. And you get a little nervous drafting the silver player, but as we see there, he almost just goes and scores a goal, you know. For someone who, on RL track, you know, might get a little bit of a bad rep for being silver, he's a really solid player, and he's got the fundamentals down well. I think as this season goes on, we'll get to see him develop some of those mechanics that we come to expect from Div E, maybe even some Div D players as well.
100%. But Optic still with that goal lead. You see a nice clear come out of go time. A bump on Be Greatest. Go time puts this one down to Optic's side. Springtrap falls this one. He does have a lot of boost. Can he get it over one? No. He does get 50. And so now, last time, we'll try to send this one to his teammates. Go time. I love the enthusiasm on the bumps, but it's not going to work unless you get the guy, right?
Absolutely. I love the bumps, though. These are good. And now we see, maybe we can see, I mean, Burns Bumpers have a chance to attack here, but they're just going to wait. I think this is smart. They don't have the resources for an attack now. Now go time. I mean, as his name says, get going. And Springtrap here to clear. Unfortunately centers it, and Last Supper's there to collect. And we're tied up with just a minute left in this game. Another close one.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of miscommunication there is Be the Greatest. Didn't really want to bring it across the net, and Springtrap did. So, which ultimately, you know, results in Burns Bumpers getting that tying goal here with a minute 8 left. Hopefully they can try to get that one back, you know, but it's really, this game, it's funny, you know, it's the smallest mistakes make such a big difference.
I totally agree. You know, we've got just a minute left to see if Optic can make something stick here. Chemic up the wall, straight to go time though. And someone from Burns Bumper stay on this. Looks like Eli's going to be the one to lead the charge. He's going to get another touch here. Springtrap, smart to collect that just before it hits the wall.
And that one's going maybe too high. It is. Chemic, gosh, what a brick wall. I feel like this guy's got like 4 or 5 saves.
It's impressive, you know. We're going to go into tomorrow with Div E, and Chemic will easily be the saves leader. He's just stopping everything.
Easily, gotcha. Was just maybe out of curiosity. Oh wait, we got 10 seconds left here. It's time.
Yeah, I say now's not the time for speculation. We should do some shot calling. And on the cue, he's got go time here with the shot. Can Burns Bumpers make something stick here before we go to overtime? Go time tries to cross it, doesn't able to pull it off. Eli pops it up straight to Last Supper. Looks like Chemic's just standing still. I don't know if he disconnected. No, he is there. Okay.
He's just waiting, man. He's locked in.
He's buying his time, and it works out. Go to overtime for the 2nd round in a row.
Oh man, this could be it for week 1 for Optic if they don't win this overtime here. Burns Bumpers, once again, they are on match point. If they win this overtime, they start off the season hot.
All eyes on Optic here. Can they just get some goal to give them a lifeline and send it to game 5?
Alright, go time. Trying to get it by 1. Chemic making the plays that he always makes. He's going to rotate out, so Be the Greatest takes this one. They do have a very deep third man, though, I've noticed. And not only Optic, Burns Bumpers as well.
Absolutely, and I think when these overtime games start, their third man drops even deeper, which isn't a bad thing, really. You know, it helps to punish those silly mistakes, or actually to help prevent the silly mistakes, rather. I've seen a lot less of these goals. Chemic with it, just going to clear it out. Gives Go Time a chance for a shot here. He's going to stay on this as well. Can he get another touch? No, Chemic is there again.
Ooh, you almost see a really good play coming out of the Be the Greatest. He does have possession again. Tries to get that mid boost, I'm thinking. Oh, he misses it, and he misses the ball. Both unfortunate plays, but Eli has it. He does get a flick over one. Doesn't get the bump on Springtrap, because this one's going to float over. Go time. Will he hit the shot? Nope, it's a little wide. Last Supper is last back, ironically.
And I think if that was during regular time, I think Last Supper's there to tap it in, but it's just those overtime plays, you know. They don't want to send that third man forward, and it can be costly. That could have been serious right there.
Yeah.
See if Burns Bumper just goes and scores anyways.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just noticing in this gameplay from both these teams, the ball is speeding up significantly. They're hitting this ball hard, they're hitting it fast. It's just the nerves, I think, are really getting to both of these teams.
I think game one, you know, we saw a very slow-paced game. Both teams are getting comfortable now. They're going fast, and we'll see. Be the Greatest here in a little bit of a one-on-one situation. Can't quite make it work. Kemek leaves it for Springtrap. No one's really back to play this though, so it's just going to go straight to Last Supper. The go time. Eli, wait patiently. See, he really wants this one. It's not going to be able to find anything.
All right. I mean, both of these overtimes, I mean, from these last two games, both these overtimes have been long. So it wouldn't surprise me that both teams are just really trying to wait for that one opening to score.
And this could just be it. Be the Greatest over the last man, and that's going to give us a game 5. What a goal there for Be the Greatest. Saw the opening, just went for it. Really impressive stuff from OPTTIC. Stay with it and just give themselves a shot at this game. If they don't win, it's been one heck of a performance, I gotta admit.
I mean, it's going back and forth, and again, if they continue this trend, Burns Bumpers are gonna win if they continue this trend, simply enough. But we are gonna be going to Champions Field here, and just for a quick second, I'll let you take a stab at what you see in these stats.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the first thing pops off the page to me is just Kemek. 4 saves, 450 points. Has there been anyone who's been more consistent than Kemek has been tonight? This is just really impressive stuff from him.
Oh, definitely here. But as we are here into game 5, I do believe things are going to be starting to ramp up. It's just a matter of which team can, have that ice in their veins, if so say.
Champions Field, this is make or break here for both teams. 5 minutes, or maybe some overtime again. Why not? I know the fans would love to see overtime. Eli, though, just off the post. Go time, crossing it. Last Supper's not there to finish, though. Now, OPTTIC, chance to break.
Oh, and that one almost sneaking in. Go time does get the beautiful save.
And now with Burns Bumpers, it's their turn to attack. See if Go Time can beat Kemek out here. Looks like he is. Just needs that one extra touch to get centered, maybe. Be the Greatest and Chemist bumping heads, but it's going to be okay. Eli, Last Supper's maybe here for this. Another good clear from Kemek.
Oh, man. From what I'm seeing in the chat, I mean, I think it's a good thing this thing went to game 5, so.
I agree. We got a lot of chatters tonight. We got over 50 people in the chat for our first game of the night. This is going to be one heck of a night. Why not start it off with some great DIV action? I'm really just looking for one player to step up and say, all right, my turn, my time to shine. Let's get this over with. We haven't quite seen that yet.
Here, but 3:30 left. Nobody has scored yet, and as I say that, I bet we're gonna cast a curse in. Almost a nice power shot, but Be the Greatest fakes. Doesn't have any boosts. Eli puts this one up in the air. Kemek, once again, not afraid to get up there.
I like it. I like it a lot from Kemek. But now Eli, can he get there first? He can. That's gonna be popped up beautifully here for Burns Bumpers. Be the Greatest, so up for it. Go time to collect. It's a little hesitant to get to this, and Kemek is gonna take full advantage of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, as long as these guys keep playing, that's fine. We got tons of DCRL content to happen here, but you see a 50 going off the Springtrap, puts this one to the side. Doesn't get that mid boost, he's a little slow to this next ball here. Doesn't get the corner either, but you see a shot going on the backboard. Is there going to be a follow-up? Springtrap decides to backflip, tap it in, but Kemek has a little bit of control. He uses up in the air for this one. Springtrap follows that one. Isn't able to get a shot on net. Be the Greatest puts this one back, but Last Supper does the same thing.
Seeing a little bit of ping pong here. I think this is a classic sign that teams are just a little nervous, but Be the Greatest. Ice in his veins, calm, cool, collected, low on boost, but does everything he needs to do to get it just over Eli and take the opening goal here in Game 5.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been in this situation too where I'm the team that's down 0-1 in Game 5, and it's like, it puts that much more nerves on yourself.
It's really impressive stuff here from OPTIC, being down 1-2, dropping some games where it's been close, it's been frustrating, but I think through and through they're realizing we still have a shot at this. None of these games are tough losses, and it really is anyone's game.
Yeah, but when you got Kemek playing like that, putting the ball back on the Burns bumper's side, and the other team's struggling to clear it, OPTIC, they might come out with this one.
Now, OPTIC looks to be the favorites right now. All the momentum's in their favor. We see Be the Greatest getting a little nervous, missing on that boost. Go time, smartly going for some demos. Can't quite find them. Eli bouncing off the wall. Who's going to be here first? Last Supper with the demo though. Ball is back in Burns bumper's court.
Go time had a shot there, but Springtrap quickly shot that down. As he tries to get control of this one, but Eli puts it aside. Kemek pops it up. He does backflip, unfortunately. However, he might be big brain and see a bigger play out of that play. Does get the follow. It is center. Can the teammate be there? No, Be the Greatest is so far back. And he puts this one wide.
He just put it wide.
Oh man, that's just unfortunate missed opportunity for OPTIC in a really good situation.
There.
Oh my gosh.
Just can't quite make it happen. Go time. What a save there from Be the Greatest. He was ready for that pop. Now on to Last Supper. Can't quite make it happen. Kemek is trying to buy his team some time. They're running a little low on boost. They're going to have to be careful here. Be the Greatest out of boost as well. We see Burns bumpers. They're almost all on full boost here. This is their time to make something happen.
Oh man. Kemek, he doesn't have enough boost to get the ball up back into the air, but he does slow it down. Be the Greatest tries to get in front of it. Eli takes that corner. Last Supper puts this one on. He doesn't get the double tap. A 50. Is this over the last person? Kemek actually puts it across. 20 seconds.
Beautiful touch.
Burns bumpers need to score here, but they are just feeling the absolute pressure out of OPTIC.
It's the absolute last chance here for Burns bumpers. They have an opportunity. Can Eli keep it in the zone? He can. Go time with a touch pass, but Springtrap, the man, the dark horse, here to get what could be that final touch that seals the deal. And that'll do it. OPTIC taking the series 3-2. And what started out a little rough, but they finish so strong.
And what a performance from Be the Greatest. We've been talking a lot about Kemek, man, but wow, Be the Greatest, he put on quite a bit of a performance for himself.
It was really just all throughout, all three of those guys putting up a solid performance. Springtrap, we didn't say his name much tonight, but he also, for a debut performance, really solid. I'm impressed at all three of those guys, as well as Burns bumpers. All 6 players tonight played well. They should be happy with the performance they put out. And if this is the first game of the season for Div E, man, am I excited to see what this division has in store.
Oh, me as well, man. But I'm gonna get this series score updated here. I'm gonna get these guys in here. But I don't know. I did predict the winner, but I didn't get the correct score. So I don't know how you personally feel about that, but I feel proud of myself for it.
I would say you should be proud. I am seeing that Kemek predicted himself to win, so I'm glad to see he wasn't match fixing. That would have been an interesting question to ask in the post-game interview, though, if he was. But yeah, now, as you can see, we're getting the guys in here. We're going to get this interview set up any moment now, hopefully.
Sir,
we're pulling them in now. Here we go.
All right, guys, congratulations on your win. How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Absolutely amazing.
I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, that was an intense one, man. Week 1, you guys are starting it off with a very intense match going to Game 5. Was that what you really expected going against this team, or be the greatest? I'll ask you this personally. How did you feel going to Game 5, or what were your sort of predictions going against these guys beforehand?
Beforehand, I didn't really know what to expect. Never done this before, so I was just looking for a good game. And then going into Game 5, A little nervous, you know, we were down 1-0 and then down 2-1, but we came back and we rallied through. It was a good time.
Yeah, no, you had a really good game there in game 5 too. I think you showed up for your team when it mattered. So that's phenomenal. Great.
That's great.
But Pat, you got any questions for Chemic or Springtrap?
Absolutely. This one's for you, Springtrap. I know this is your first season in DCRL. Coming in here as, you know, that second round draft pick. What was kind of going through your mind before this game, and how could you use this win as kind of motivation going forward?
Okay, so my very first game beforehand was pretty stressful. Didn't know what to expect. And learned a couple of things on what to do with my team. And learn from my mistakes. And hopefully get better. So
Absolutely. That's definitely the way to do it. It's really great seeing you out there on your debut as well. Pass it back to you, Billy, for this last question. Anything you'd like to ask here for Chemic?
I mean, Chemic, man, you were on the screen here casting, so people kind of already could put a face to your name, right? And I don't know, did you, feel any sort of extra pressure being as you were a player rather than a caster in this series?
To be honest, knowing that I've got a couple fans in the crowd, knowing that I've got a couple people watching from home, honestly kind of made that self-confidence that I had even more deep-rooted going into these 5 intense games.
Yeah, I mean, that's really great to hear. So then to go off of that, coming up being 1-0 after week 1, not quite sure who you're going up here in this week 2 matchup, but like moving forward in the season, I guess how are you and your team going to develop together? What's the sort of game plan there? And you don't have to give like details. I'm not asking to share your secrets. I'm just kind of curious.
To be honest, I think we just need to learn, grow, learn each other's play styles, and play off each other.
There you go. I mean, well said. But I'll keep the interview here, wrapped up, simple and short and sweet. But I thank you for joining us, guys. And again, congratulations on your W. So yeah, we'll see ya.
Great job, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
All right. Peace out.
peace.
All right, Pat. Well, that will do it for the first matchup for tonight, and I thank you for joining me. But we do have some more DCRL action, and unfortunately, guys, sorry viewers, but I won't have Pat joining me. I'll have somebody else, so you'll see a new face.
Yep, absolutely. First ever time on the stream, I had an absolute blast. It was a pleasure casting alongside you, and yeah, looking forward to the next match. We got Div A action. We got Like That versus Netflix and Krill. Personally, I'm hoping Netflix and Krill pulls it out. Got my fellow DSU guy on there, so got to represent the Trojans. And yeah, we're going to be passing it along to, I believe it's Spoopy, right? On the next one?
I think so, yeah. And he's going to be a first-time caster as well. So, I mean, I think you did phenomenal, man. I mean, for your first cast, you did really great. And everybody in the chat was hyping you up as well. So, I mean, be proud of yourself. And I'll definitely be looking forward to casting with you in the future or just seeing you cast a role because I think you do a really good job of it. So,
I appreciate that, and I will gladly come back again whenever you guys will have me. But with that, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate all the love and support here for DCRL, for Div E as well. Shout out to both teams for playing a great match to start off the night. And with that, let's get going into the next one. Or rather, a break before the next one.
Definitely. We're going to do it to a short intermission, guys, and then we'll get back into it shortly. So hang in tight there.